Thanks for joining us, everybody. This is Mike Flaherty with AlphaCentric, and I'm joined this afternoon with Brian Gahsman, who's the portfolio manager in our Robotics and Automation Fund. Brian, thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks for having me again.
Brian, this continues to be just a tremendous, as far as the depth of things that are going on in robotics and automation. You've seen stories on 60 Minutes, and you've seen autonomous vehicles, and you've seen these drones that are being deployed not only just in Ukraine but now sadly over in Iran. But one of the things that I think that we really haven't talked a heck of a lot about is what's going on with respect to robotics and automation in healthcare. And in particular, this whole AI kind of driven precision medicine. And I know that one of the companies that you're very enthused about is a company in my backyard in Chicago called Tempest AI. And I know there's been some challenges around this space because it's real hard to aggregate the data. You've got issues around HIPAA. And as usually it's kind of hard, hard to get anything done with the medical community. But talk about what you see. This is $1 billion plus organization, but talk about what you see with this company and what you see as sort of the opportunity, going forward for us.
Sure. Well, yes, there's been significant issues in the healthcare space in general. Um, so we're talking about AI right now, AI and data. So a company, I probably shouldn't say a particular company, but they go out, they want to get FDA approval on a particular drug. They do years and years of studies and go through the FDA approval process, right? And after they get FDA approval or they just don't, either way, what happens to all of that data? Nothing. It's in a dark spot. It just goes nowhere or it's kept by the company. And
Does the
so
company own that data at that point?
the company owns the data at that point.
Okay.
But the problem is that imagine how many FDA approvals or processes that are happening every year, right? It's enormous, enormous. And so what Tempest was able to do was communicate with these companies in the FDA and start actually getting all of these records of these tests, studies, actual patient data.
Hmm.
And so they started to act as say, a sequencer, somebody that gathers all of this data because it never happened before. We never had that before, right? So now to be able to do that, so they have the largest data set for oncology in the United States, but there are also cardiology and neurology,
Hmm.
right? And so
Okay.
they've got these agreements, and they've got 450 petabytes of data and 400 engineers. 450 petabytes is 450,000 terabytes. I don't know, your computer maybe has 1 terabyte or half of one. So we're talking on a magnitude of scale. Um, and once the quantum computing actually avails itself, adding this software to a quantum computer, I mean it's done, right?
Let's
But
go ahead. Go ahead.
well, I'm just saying. So going back to this, what we're doing is we're gonna right now. This company is diagnosing issues earlier than ever that's ever been able to be done before. So there's no trial and error, right? The days of trial and error are prehistoric. And this healthcare space is such a tight loop. The AI really hasn't been able to do anything with it except for now.
So talk about before the call, I logged on and I saw that just today that they announced some kind of a strategic relationship collaboration, however you want to categorize it, with Gilead. Okay, so there's a household name. We know them real well. Talk about that and the attraction to Gilead.
So Gilead is going to be using the Tempus AI lens system, their data and AI. for oncology. For Gilead, that's what Gilead's going to use for their platform now, for all of their oncology diagnosis, treatment, studies, all of it. Um, because there's no one else out there that has this information. It's never been done before. And that was a huge announcement today that Gilead is going to be using them for their oncology, but that's just the beginning. And that's it. That is a big name. You're right. That is a big name. Now imagine we have Merck and uh, Pfizer and any other of these companies like jumping on board. Gilead's not stupid. They're a huge company. There's a lot of brilliant people there. And they saw what this can do, what this system can do that's never been done before.
Uh-huh.
So they jumped on board today.
You see this company as a takeover target then?
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't call it, I mean, it's an $8 billion company, right? I mean, shares are trading at about $40 right now. Their high in October was about 130, 103, I think in October. Um, so it's a larger company. It's been around for 10 years, right? I mean, they've got about 1,000 employees, some of the smartest people in the world working there. And a takeover target, I don't know. By who? I mean, I hope not, because then all of a sudden, everything that I've talked about in this entire interview goes away if it's taken in house by someone else.
Right.
So hopefully not.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Okay. So, okay. Well, I think that's very very exciting news. Yeah, this company I just looked up a billion point 27 in revenue last year. So, again, just one of these things that you've kind of sniffed out here and something I think that's going to pay some benefits for the people in this space here for years to come. So, let's leave it there for now, Brian. Thanks for joining us, and we'll look forward to catching up with you again here soon.
That's great. See you soon.
Take care.